Have you ever stood right on the edge of giving up, wondering if all your effort has been for nothing? Our protagonist, a young woman, knows that feeling all too well. After a series of painful setbacks, dreams crumbling, plans failing, confidence slipping away, she reached a moment where quitting seemed like the only option left. She felt exhausted, unheard, and unseen, convinced that life had given her more than she could carry. But here's the part most people overlook. The moment right before everything changes often looks exactly like this. The moment that feels like an ending is sometimes the beginning hidden in disguise. Don't look away now. What happens next in this story is what so many people miss, and what could change everything for you. It was early dawn, the kind of pale gray morning where the sky seemed undecided about beginning a new day. The streets were nearly empty, touched only by a thin, cold wind that swept fallen leaves across the pavement. The world moved slowly, quietly, as if it barely noticed the young woman walking through it. Colors felt muted, distant, like someone had turned the brightness down on life itself. A cyclist passed by, a shopkeeper lifted a shutter, a bus rumbled in the distance. Yet she felt completely still inside, as if time had paused just for her. While the city prepared to wake, she remained trapped in her heaviness, carrying a silence no one else could hear, unaware that this quiet moment was leading her toward something unexpected. The nights had become the hardest part. Hours spent staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake, every failure, every moment she wished she could redo. Sleep never came easily anymore. Her mind churned like a storm, thought after thought crashing into each other, until even breathing felt heavy. At work, nothing seemed to land the way it used to. Projects slipped, confidence cracked, and the quiet disappointment in her boss's eyes stung more than any harsh words ever could. Relationships that once felt warm now felt fragile, stretched thin by misunderstandings and emotional exhaustion. Messages went unanswered, calls felt draining, and the distance between her and the people she loved grew wider each day. Everywhere she looked, others seemed to be moving forward, getting promotions, building families, achieving milestones, while she felt stuck in place, sinking deeper into a sense of falling behind. The life she had imagined for herself felt like it was drifting out of reach, piece by piece. And in whispered moments, she believed this was her ending. But here's the truth most people never realize. The moment you label as the end is often the moment right before life begins to shift. She wandered without direction, letting her feet move because her heart no longer knew how. The streets were quiet, washed in the soft glow of early morning, but inside everything felt loud and tangled. She wasn't searching for a miracle, just something, anything, that could remind her why she should keep going. Eventually, she sank onto an old wooden bench tucked beneath a tree, staring at nothing and everything all at once. Her thoughts felt heavier than her body. That's when someone approached, not with urgency, but with the calm presence of someone who has seen storms before. An elderly shopkeeper from across the street paused beside her. He didn't pry, didn't overwhelm. He simply asked, "Long night?" It was such a small question, yet it cracked something open, an unexpected invitation to breathe, to speak, to finally be seen. The shopkeeper didn't say much at first. Instead, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, travel-worn candle. Its wick was bent, its sides scratched, as if it had survived more than its fair share of rough days. He placed it gently on the bench beside her and struck a match. The flame flickered weakly, trembling like it might die at any second. "Most people blow it out themselves," the old man said softly. The flame shrank again, almost disappearing, then suddenly strengthened, standing taller than before. "They think the struggle means the end, but often, it's just the moment right before the fire catches." He pointed to the candle, now burning steady and bright. "This little thing almost quit 5 times. But each flicker was a sign it was trying to stay alive, not failing." The girl watched, mesmerized. The symbolism was almost painfully clear. How many times had she blown out her own flame, convinced it was useless to keep trying? The shopkeeper leaned closer. "This is the moment most people miss," he said. "The final inch before everything changes. The inch you were about to walk away from." He let the candle burn quietly before speaking again. "What you're feeling isn't failure," he said gently. "It's the part of the journey no one talks about. The silent stretch where nothing seems to move. Even though everything inside you is shifting." He tapped the candle lightly. "Growth doesn't shout. It happens quietly, slowly beneath the surface. Most people give up because they mistake silence for lack of progress. He looked at her with warm, knowing eyes. But just like this flame, your strength is trying to rise again. Every step you've taken, every effort you've made, it's working, even if you can't see the results yet. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle. Don't walk away now. You might be one breath away from the moment your light returns. Something shifted inside her, quietly, but unmistakably. Her breathing, once tight and uneven, began to slow. The frantic swirl of thoughts softened, no longer crashing like waves, but settling into something calmer, almost steady. She sat a little straighter, as if a weight had finally lifted from her shoulders. For the first time in a long while, she wasn't staring at her life as a collection of failures, but as a journey still unfolding. Every struggle, every doubt, every painful moment suddenly felt less like proof of weakness and more like evidence that she was still growing. She stood up with lighter steps, a subtle but powerful resolve forming within her. She wasn't done. She wasn't broken. She was becoming. Your story is still unfolding, and the moment you've been waiting for may be just a breath away. Before you walk away from something that matters, pause and look again. You might be closer than you think. Think about the part of your life where you almost gave up. And if this touched you, share, subscribe, and send it to someone who needs a little strength today.